No, we're just in it. We're in it. That's the Thing Podcast, episode 0.5, 050, 050. So this is an important episode.
Yeah,
This is
it
a shocking episode. I'm Rayla, also known as Kevin. I think it's
Yeah.
the other way around. I don't know. It doesn't
and
matter.
Cody, also known as Driderman,
Okay.
back after a while.
So we're gonna give a little bit of backstory here. So in our town, there's a semi-national, regional chain.
South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee.
I'm gonna
East
say
Tennessee.
regional. I'm gonna say regional series.
Southern Appalachia.
Yeah. And remember, if they say Appalachia, they're not from around here. Even though technically that is the correct pronunciation, they're wrong. So the pro tip is you say Appalachia, and the people they'll nod and look like, yeah, that guy.
You're
knows.
from that southern tip. Okay.
You understand. But if they're like Appalachia, you're like, oh, that guy. He ain't from around here.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're in southern Tennessee.
Eastern Tennessee.
And
Good old foothills.
And we have this kind of game store. It's like half game, board games.
It's like GameStop, but with more emphasis on retro games. They sell board games. They sell DVDs. They sell Magic the Gathering.
Imagine a GameStop.
They did, I should say.
Okay, yeah, they
did. Sell
So
these things.
imagine like a GameStop did a fusion dance with. If you had
Your
a
local
game,
pawn shop.
a pawn shop and a board game store, and they fused together, that's what we would have. So, we came here today. We usually play board games here
Yeah,
because
this
it's
is
nice.
where we record the podcast
Yeah.
sometimes on
Whenever
Wednesdays,
schedules work
when we
out.
get a chance.
It's where we it's where Drew and whenever we play fighting games because it's just not, it's a nice. Well,
I used to work here once upon a time. Kevin applied here once upon a time.
So
Kevin was the lucky one.
I think because I thought like it was okay. So anyway, this store's shut. Almost all of them are gone. It's basically got Sears, where like Sears is all shutting down except like 3 of them. Like that's what's happening.
Yeah, the company's apparently not completely folding, but they're shutting down all but their home initial store.
Yeah, and that's like so. I felt like that was nuts because to me that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean the one in Bristol had shut down. I had heard, but I mean it was in the new shopping center, and they weren't getting a lot of trade-ins because it wasn't a good location for like friendly neighborhood game shop.
It's also like there's been a lot of talk because I'm just gonna combine all of this stuff and all into about like the idea of like the board game store is having trouble, and actually a lot of retails somewhat having trouble. Like we're seeing like just in general like retails are going down because it's either easier to buy on Amazon or it's like
it really like it just occurred to me this is still holiday shopping season. They didn't even wait till after Christmas.
Dude, no, yeah, that's why this is nuts. This is post Black Friday, but pre Christmas. Like if this was January,
that would make a lot more sense.
Generally that's when this happens because they're gonna say, all right, we're just gonna keep on trucking through Q1 or whatever of like
because Christmas you make money at Christmas.
Every store makes money.
Like you'd think they would maybe just stop taking trade-ins and just do sales.
Oh yeah,
or holidays.
or just the idea of like
no, they just bailing.
No, they're just they hard bailed, which means to me what this smells of when I'm wafting is I'm wafting of executive embezzlement like bubble and it either popped or it either just popped or like the needle is in and everything is going before like the government shows up and is like so your tax records, let's go over that's what this feels like.
Knowing what I know about how this place ran, I really feel like it's because this place started as like literally 2 brothers opened a store in Norton, Virginia.
Yeah.
And they've been expanding and expanding and expanding. They've been opening stores as much as they could. They've been they went from just doing retro games and Magic and board games to they started buying DVDs. Then they were talking they were going to start buying CDs.
Which to me, that's a bad like.
And I kind of think that they realized somewhere along the way they lost what this store was, and they're kind of just saying, "We made some money, we made some mistakes, cut and run, and just maybe leave that home store open as like a nostalgia fun thing."
Or just here's the one board game whatever store.
Yeah.
Because I'll admit I've had the fantasy of owning my own
shop.
board games, of being Yugi Moto's grandpa. I've thought about that many a time. I think every child like this. That's why I still think that Yu-Gi-Oh is like the most important like childhood fantasy, because you look at it and you're like, man, this kid's good at Yu-Gi-Oh. That makes it more important than sports. And then you play Yu-Gi-Oh and you're like, man, this game's stupid. I could be like, that's easy. And then you get older, you're like, man, I could just own a card store and people care. Wow.
This is a guy that had like clearly must have had a PhD in archaeology,
Yeah,
and he
was
gave
like
it all
Indiana
up.
Jones. He went
Gave
into
it
the
up to
more
open a
lucrative business
of local card shop owner.
Oh yeah.
Almost got murdered by Kai before it.
He almost got murdered several times because of card games. Wow.
Oh man.
That's something. But yeah, it's so weird. It's just so weird because like I feel like it's the times they are a changing, and it just feels real weird in our little East Tennessee town, because like it feels this weird kind of gentrification, but there's nothing replaced like
There's just a lot of stores that are closing and nothing new's opening up in it. Like,
yeah, or if it is open,
we're kind of going the way of Kingsport and Bristol.
basically, like we're like, but it's happening where like you'll see a new development and you'll say, like, well, what's going to show up there? And it's like, oh, it's not Bath and Body Works. It's like it's just another like big box retailer kind of thing, but it's for something that like I'm like, I don't know if old Johnson City can support like 3 Bed Baths and Beyonds. There's like, because that's what happened to the old Kmart. It's now like.
Yeah,
it's like some not. It's one of those, but it's not.
It's not IKEA.
Yeah, and you're just like, I'm like, we have like 5 furniture stores.
And we're close enough to Gray where we keep getting commercials for Furniture Row anyway.
Well, that's what
So I mean, hey y'all, if you need some
furniture,
crappy furniture at a not low price, head on down to the Tri-Cities regions.
We got you.
We'll
covered.
hook you up.
We'll hook you up with that. We'll hook you up with like 14 car dealerships.
Oh my god!
But it's just like.
Freedom Ford and Freedom Chevrolet and Grindstaff Kia.
I always felt like, I didn't work here, and this is all like hearsay, but I always felt like this store filled its niche quite well of just, because this is like
it's somewhere where the Yu-Gi-Oh kids and the Magic guys got to, yes, and I did notice I did kids for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, no, there's a reason.
But, like, it gave them somewhere to come to play their games. They did
Pokemon here,
They did
too.
Pokemon, that's true. It gave people somewhere they could actually come and buy their retro games.
It was the closest thing we had to a local game store since like 90. It was much the mid 90s. Was that when Nord's Games was around or something?
I think Nord's ran a little longer than that.
Like was that
Nord's was at least here through Mirrodin.
Okay.
Original Mirrodin. Because
Okay,
I
so
remember
they
buying
must have-
Fifth Dawn there.
Okay, so they must have, because I remember like they went away.
Yeah.
And
so
then-
that they could make room for Dick's in the mall.
Yeah. And then
There was that little place, Dice, over there near Walmart.
yeah, and then that went away.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
because
for a while there, we had like a renaissance of
we
small
had
game shops.
even what was it? It wasn't It's not Hobby Lobby, but it's like that
Hobby
other-
Town.
Hobby Town. Before they just that store turned into like the tiny car emporium.
Yeah, it's like all RCs.
It's all tiny cars.
They've got a model section because I go out there once in a while and just browse their Gunpla.
Yeah, but I remember that stuff was also like, it was basically, and that just kind of all went away. It's just weird that like, so what happens is that means that like the only quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes here, like nerd store here is GameStop, which I feel like if this place is closing, GameStop has like 2 years. It's that
they might last longer because they're now the only game in town.
Oh no, I mean
other
national.
than-
I mean like nationwide. I think the writing, like if Toys R Us and stuff are going down, and like,
Well, to be fair, Toys R Us, that was a whole.
oh, that was venture capital being terrible.
Yeah.
So like that's a. Well, I can get into it here. Yo, if you own a business, if you have a business of some kind, or just anything, and a venture capital firm shows up and says, "Hey guys, we can fix it." You just tell them no. It doesn't. Don't let them spin their web of lies, because what's going to happen is that venture capital firm is going to show up. It's going to make you pay them like $1 billion, like a ton of money, and they're going to take off a ton of debt, and then they're going to sell your company off and say, "Well, we tried," and then bail. Because that's what happened.
That do not fall for the slick, dazzling veneer of the 1980s.
Or the monorail salesman episode of The Simpsons.
Because that guy will sell you to Mom Corp.
He's got to do it, and then you're gone.
Make a cool $100 million.
Yeah, so don't do that. Oh, hey,
Nolan.
Nolan. Oh, hey,
Did
Nolan.
you see the signs?
Yeah.
All right, so Nolan. Yeah, here. I'll scoot over. You can show up.
Nolan at Nolan
Oh, yeah,
Lyon
yeah.
has just joined the
No,
game.
New Challengers Road.
I was here like a week ago.
No, to scoot it. Closer. We got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I was here a week ago, and like everything seemed fine. And so I'm kind of confused of what's going on.
Well, that's what we were laughing about, and what this podcast has been talking about. Because it's like, we became the G2K like in memorial special, and I was like, what?
Well, upside is
I would say
get
pour
some
one
deals on
out,
something.
but I've got mixed feelings since I worked here, so part of me is kind of saying rotten hell.
oh,
But yeah.
But the other part of me is actually really sad because, I mean, I don't know, it's...
There isn't anywhere else. It's like
where are the Smash players going to go? That's the real question.
Oh no, they
Not
can.
to the showers.
Showers. Yes,
They'll go someone at ETSU.
Yeah.
They'll go
that's
in
what
like
they
that little area.
Well, the Culp Center's closed right now.
Oh,
It's being like rebuilt from almost the ground up. They
Oh.
tore it down to like its skeleton.
I know they're okay. So
And
this,
this-
But
building?
we are getting a Steak and Shake, and that matters nothing to us because none of us go to ETSU anymore.
no, they are getting a esports arena. Have you heard about that?
At ETSU,
ETSU's getting like an esports thing.
convert the mini dome.
Oh yeah,
Might
they're,
as well.
they're getting a collegiate League of Legends team. I heard this on the radio, and they're gonna have like display. They have like a big old like in the new that new Millennium Center place. Like one of that's gonna have like a mini esports arena, basically like a tiny IMAX where they can put big old League of Legends up there.
Okay. All right.
How?
I mean, this is
What
this-
could we do to get the FGC taken off at ETSU?
Well, I think
don't-
one of us would have to be a student there.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back to school, get some college degree. Well, this sounds like a bad movie idea. Like this sounds like some
Billy
like
Madison, the remake.
yeah, like halfway between an Adam Sandler and like a Paul Rudd movie, where a guy in his late 30s goes back to college to try to get into League of Legends or something, because that's the only way.
He was like good at Donkey Kong or some other like old
Real
video
good
game.
at jungling.
And then he's like, I can do those games. It's easy.
Yeah,
And he goes to like some back room like league. And
Yeah.
like, hey, you're pretty good. Have you heard about this new team? He's like, huh.
Aw.
Sorry, only college students.
Now the joke is that they said we need a jungler, and he goes, yeah, I'm really good, but it was the classic arcade. He was thinking about the classic arcade game Jungler, and not the League of Legends position. But then, as twist would have it, apparently the skill set is like they release a character that plays exactly like the old game Jungler, and they're like, oh man, he's so good. He's hitting all those skill shots. He's just like he's having to do with like everyone else is on mouse and keyboard. He's on like an Atari controller.
Can we get the Remember the Titans of video game or E-League sports?
Oh, okay. So I both am excited and like I had a few like I had a
Remember, kids, when you're riding on that, the bus for the band competition, and you watched this movie for the 5th time,
They showed
it
remember
was
the
Nolan's fault.
man. They showed remember.
I think I saw that in nearly every class.
So remember the time. Okay,
I watched that
this
movie
is
two
this is
times
what.
every school year because we would watch it in some class, and we would always play it on some bus ride for marching band.
No, this is great.
They will remember the Titans.
Okay, let's go into it since this podcast can't be
Remember,
for kids.
Denzel Washington only had 8 brothers and sisters, but he told them he had 12.
Okay, I can't try. Okay, so let's discuss. Here's all the movies that we had to watch in school. So like, Remember the Titans is up there. I think it may
Rocket
be number
Boys.
1. Oh no, that's October Sky.
Okay, I couldn't remember
October
which
Sky is
one
number
was the
2.
book and which
That's
one was the movie.
Number 2 is October Sky,
Yeah.
aka we gotta get the hell out of West Virginia.
I think 3 Dead Poet Society.
I
Okay,
never
It's
actually
up,
had to watch
it's
that
up there for
one.
me because I've seen it in like 2 or 3
okay,
classes.
so then it starts getting nebulous.
Yeah.
So like with me, like it's like some so the top 2 is going to be Remember the Titans is number 1,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna be October Sky number 2, and then you're gonna get into like the history teacher's favorite vaguely historical
Yeah.
movie. I remember Gladiator was shown more than once.
Really?
Yeah. I think that was like an AP class or something where they just
Oh,
said,
okay.
screw it. What else? Like, there's a couple Civil War, like Last of the Mohicans and stuff. Like,
I would always be thrilled if we were taking that bus ride to a football game or a band competition, and we lucked out and someone had brought Batman Begins instead of Remember the Titans.
I kid you not. I watched Harold and Kumar in a college class,
yeah, no, that's.
and because I had to write a paper on it.
What class was this?
It was an English class, and I'm
Okay.
like,
English? Because I had.
I kid you not. And I was like, we're just watching Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. I was like, yeah, write a paper on it afterwards about,
yeah, that's adjunct. That's an adjunct
I'm like,
class. I can feel it.
okay.
Because I had a
It was
class.
like my
it was
first
an
English class of college.
It was an
too,
adjunct.
so
It was like
figured out
it was
about
basically like popular culture and media or something.
Yeah.
It was just some garbage English credit, and all we did was just nothing. It was great. Actually, he would either show like a movie or an example of like a TV show, and we'll have a discussion. And because like all college courses, I would talk. I don't like talking, but if no one else is, I will do it.
Gotta bite
And
that
that's
bullet.
and that's how like I had fun in English classes because it's just me and the teacher yelling about stupid stories, and I'd be like, "Nah, that's great." And because, as you well know, for 50 episodes, my taste in trash is high. I'd be like, "Man, there's one story, and I remember because it makes." It's this character that I try not to be, but I am, of like this idiot, this horrible nerd idiot.
You can't happen to be it.
No, I am that. Like I try not to, but it sneaks in. I have to hold it at bay because if I lose control, then it shows up. And they were talking about there was a classic. It was a short story called The Yellow Wallpaper about a woman stuck in a room. and she's kind of like, she's succumbing to like the pressures of like 18th century feminine like pressures or whatever, and she goes nuts. I'm like, and in my discussion, I'm like, this really reminded me of Silent Hill 4: The Room, because it's about going insane, being in a room, and no one else was talking, and I could feel the teacher dying because you're getting silence, and the one guy's going like, actually, this is like
a good old fashioned PS2
video game, and he's just like, why? Like anyone else?
Video games again.
But I wasn't that guy who was like I need to talk about Evangelion.
Oh my god!
Have you ever seen like a real film? But sometimes that happens.
I had a friend like that.
Oh well, y'all did.
Yeah,
I've been that guy. I hate being like. That's my fear. Is that like I don't like whenever I do like a tweet or something, and I say something, and it sounds like I have some kind of weird developmental issue, but I don't. But then I read like some of my past tweets, and I'm like, because it's just like.
Dude, there's more than one Twitter account though that you can just check what they've tweeted recently, and you'll just feel so much better.
Oh yeah, but it's like
just gotta keep that
I gotta keep above that. But it's things where it's just like in my brain. I'm trying to like, okay, I need to sound like a reasoned adult, but part of it is because at some point in my life I decided I wouldn't swear. My grammar and vocabulary got real stupid. So like, and also listening to like people like Pat Page and stuff. Yeah. So like when I said like, man, he'd do real big, and I'm like, like
you can't go to Pat for how speak good.
Yeah, I know, but like I'll say things like me go too big. And I'm like, I tweet something like that. I'm like, oh, that sounds like I'm like mentally challenged.
No, I'm smart, really.
No, don't. No, I'm not trying to swear. That's why I'm saying the big time destruction. Like, one of the things I've started talking about is I don't say killed, I say destroyed for some reason, partly because it was, I think it was
Yu-Gi-Oh!
It was Guilty Gear.
Yeah,
I'd like, destroyed! And I would be like, oh man, he's getting destroyed. He's gonna destroy him. And but if I say it so much, it makes me sound like I have some kind of weird issue. And I have that problem. That's just one, like, I think it's something that like no one else notices. Or it's just on the internet. It's like, oh yeah, that's your persona. But like, I notice it. Like I notice like my shadow self, and I'm like, oh no.
I kind of have two levels of that where it's just I have to keep a balance because I can't be like, oh, big sports ball, touchdown, and all, because I've played sports and I know sports, and I have a huge family that does nothing but watch sports.
Oh, I like sports. I watch sports like all the time.
All the time, yeah.
I'm like the day. That makes you feel like the daywalker.
But I got just a group of like nerd friends, and I can't bring anything up that has to do with that. And then I have my family side who loves sports, and I can't bring any nerd stuff into that.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Nolan,
if you
ever want to talk about what should, okay, we're gonna have a sports moment here.
Then again,
we're gonna let it go.
The more I think about it, if you play like fantasy leagues, you're definitely a nerd.
Oh, you're a nerd.
You're a huge nerd.
If you play fantasy football, you're a nerd.
If you're keeping like stats and statistics,
if you play
and numbers,
no, I'm straight up. You play.
figures.
Listen. As a cool guy that plays Magic the Gathering on the internet, I'm saying,
yes, cool
look at those nerds playing fantasy football. I'm just saying, man. I'm saying, all right. So I'm trying to pull up a tweet of me that's like. Oh, what am I trying to do?
I'll give you a second.
Okay. While we're saying for sports times, do you think they should rest? Should Baltimore rest Lamar Jackson for Thursday? Well, we're in the future. Yeah. Should they have rested Lamar Jackson? Because Lamar Jackson's probably going to be MVP this year. Like, straight up. Dude, he throws well. He runs.
Oh,
no, we going in.
I've been watching PJ Masks a lot. So
okay.
You can get into that.
You guys go ahead.
I'll counter that with watching Daniel the Tiger?
I'm not sure, dude. My kids.
I don't know.
We got we've got a 1-year trial of Disney Plus, so he finally has access to season 2 of PJ Masks. Let me tell you, these Wolfie kids,
I was like helping.
Bunch of rapscallions.
I was helping babysit like my girlfriend's friend's kid, and just like, here's Disney Plus. Go at it, please. Have some fun.
But sorry, you guys were discussing
Yeah, so like Lamar.
things that are outside of any level of expertise.
Fun
of
stuff. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, like, so Lamar Jackson, like, he's gonna like MVP if he doesn't get hurt. Runs into Cam Newton. Cam Newton, I really liked. Because Cam Newton's big. He got hit, and like he kept getting hit. He got injured. The Patriots stole his soul, just like Shang Tsung. Like what they always do is you get to the Super Bowl and then Bill Belichick goes like, your soul is mine.
He does your soul is mine.
No, but in Bill Belichick, he's like, your soul is mine. Like, because he has no emotion, so he's like, your soul is mine. And he holds up his hand, and the soul transference happens, and then Tom Brady gets to play another year. That's what happens. That's how it goes.
Tom Brady's like in like the crypt, and he rises
Yeah, he's
up.
in the crypt because he is. He's old. He's like a mummy. Anyway, because he looks terrible. He looks old and stiff. But it doesn't matter. So like, because that's what happened to the Rams last year. Rams looked like unstoppable, one of the best teams ever, and they lose to the Patriots, and now they're trash. Well, not trash, but they're like meat. They always suffer, and they don't seem to be. Now they're kind of coming back. But I don't know. Man.
It's the Patriots though.
It's the Patriots. It's the Patriots' soul stealing technique. Well, so
Patriots are the S tier of foot.
it's
They're the Bardock. They're the
cheating.
They're the Karen.
They are. I'm going to win, and I'm going to cheat, and I'm going like they are like the closest that I would describe them as the Akagi Shigeru of you're playing a game about honor or whatever. I'm playing to win, and that is very different. You want to be the best. I just want to win.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that later.
All right. So anyway, I think that they should have rested Lamar Jackson because they're going up against like I think it's either the Eagles or it's not Eagles. It's like the Jets. It's a trash.
Yeah.
It's a trash.
Yeah,
it's not.
no.
They should not have started him. They should, however, because they're not. They're playoff. They haven't cinched the division. So I feel like you should keep him ready because you want to win that game, but you don't want to hurt him before.
Who's the other big team in that division?
I think it's Ravens and it might be Patriots. Hold on, I don't know.
I think it would be Ravens.
Well, Ravens are currently like I think.
What are they sitting at?
I don't know. I'll look up here. Talk about PJ Mask.
I'll talk about something.
Yeah. No, talk us
I
off.
went to see Knives Out yesterday.
How is that movie?
That is a really good movie. Like all around, from like story to acting to design to photography. That might be the best movie I've seen this year. But it's like a 2-hour slog, and it's worth it. And it has something interesting. It's what was it? Chris Evans? I can't remember. That's
Captain
America.
America, Captain Human Torch.
As just asshole character.
I can see that.
And it's just weird. It's like, but that's that nice guy. That's Steve Rogers. No.
Oh, didn't he play a jerk in that Scott Pilgrim movie?
No, he was a cool guy.
Oh,
That's
okay.
different.
Oh, my bad.
That's way different.
Oh yeah,
it's
no.
about the same.
AFC
I don't
North
know
is
anything
trash.
about.
Man.
Okay, AFC North is trash. It is Baltimore, the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Steelers.
That's garbage. Yeah.
Oh
right.
no, they've won that division. They're won. It's just.
But
the
I had to make a tough choice though, because it was either go see Knives Out or go see Promare. And I'm like,
I've been hearing.
This is the last day for Promare. But I really want to see Knives Out. Because it's definitely going to win some
I've
awards
been
this year.
hearing some horror stories about Promare showings, because Promare is getting like, I've heard that you are getting full blown Yowie fangirl like crowds that are yelling at the screen. Like I heard that. I
don't want to go to the AMC with that.
Basically, it's like, do you want to get like, you're getting that rowdy. Not a good rowdy anime club, but people that
Some dirty fujoshis.
It's just you're getting people that are either incredibly awful. You're getting like that it's not that Tomoko from like It's Not Your Fault it's your fault I'm not popular. You're getting like You're getting the
Getting
full.
some monkey paws.
You're just getting a thing full of monkey paws. You're getting people in there. You're getting when I went to the grocery store and I saw a guy walk in and he's wearing like an Ash Ketchum hat and I felt embarrassed.
Yeah.
Even though, like, as you have seen and heard through 50 episodes, several streams, and multiple years of comics, I should not feel superior, but I do.
Well, it's because we do a better job of adjusting to.
No, there's a standard. There's a line in the sand. There's a line in my. I have a line.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
That line is embarrassing. I try not to be embarrassing unless it's like something
Like,
that could.
did I own a Naruto headband? Yes.
Yeah,
did I wear it to school?
No. That was for the weekend.
Yes.
That was for the weekend when I brought it to the Books A Million. Because that was before this. It was like the Books A Million thing. And then they got kicked out of that because people kept stealing and bringing knives.
And we weren't leaving on time. I think was
I think that was a problem.
I saw the kids with the Naruto headbands. I'm like, I go up to them, like, dude, cool, that's awesome. Did I associate with them? No. I took a big step back.
You just let those jutsus go.
You're good, man.
Give them a thumbs up from across the room.
Me and my varsity
And then
jersey.
sneer.
Yeah, just thumbs up.
Cool.
I like it. Please, I'm telling you. Oh man.
We'll talk about Bleach later after I finish playing my football game.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's great. Oh man, but
Then again, I was also the only guy to bring my DS and play like Pokemon
yeah,
on like trips on the bus.
yeah. Nah, you do that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
That's
that.
a good way to kill time. What, guys?
Nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. Listen.
Sit on the
What,
bus
what you
playing
find
That's
Street
still
Dungeon.
on this side of the line.
Yeah.
No. Okay. We've already gone. We got to make sure our talk is specifically for. So this is fine for 13 and up, because. No. I'm not going. I have to make this. That's why this entire podcast has to be. No matter if we talk about things, it has to be like if it's high school age. That's okay, because that means the government's not going to sue me.
Yeah.
Or not going to find me. I need to know. I need to see the first casualty. I need to see who's getting hit and what kind of, like,
What content got them hit?
yeah, because, like, I mean, I don't know. Is it going to be, because I just don't want it to be me. I've literally had a nightmare that I woke up one morning and I went to my YouTube channel. All my videos were gone, and there's an email saying that you're like, that's a thing, episode 1, 2, through like 48. I've been in violation of COPPA. You owe a fine of I was like, I was like, oh no.
Have you considered like moving them off of YouTube?
No, well, I mean, so that's actually why I changed it. Instead of making it a cartoon, it's now just a picture of the dumpster behind my apartment.
Oh, safer.
because cartoon. See, once again, this is my smell. This is my scent. I have the feeling that it's because of it's like it's an algorithm, and then the algorithm's gonna go to like a guy, and the guy's gonna see like, is this real? And if they see a cartoon, they might think it's real and click it, and then hear me talking about Pokemon, and that's bad. But if they hear me talking about mortgages, that's good. That's the whole plan. Our swearing.
Well, if we're gonna do that, I did recently become a homeowner.
Oh.
Yeah, my grandmother signed over her house to my brother and me.
Oh.
And so now I'm going to be investing a significant portion of any income into actually fixing that.
Oh, you gotta. Oh,
falling
yeah.
apart old dumpster fire of a house.
No. Yeah. It's home and okay. So
Like it needs complete rewiring. It's still got an old fuse box, so that needs to be upgraded.
Okay.
It's got baseboard heating for the lights don't work in the attic.
Okay.
The stairs to the attic are broken and
Okay.
don't have a handrail.
Okay. No. This is good.
Let's see.
Welcome to home ownership.
No. So
That's the trade-off.
The tree in the yard has grown through the main. The roots to the tree in the yard have grown through the main drain that leads out of the house.
okay.
So yeah, Yeah, we wanted to cut that tree down years ago. My dad was like, "No, we need to leave that so that way future generations can play on that tire swing." And it's like, that tire's falling apart. And now I have a kid, and I'm like, he ain't playing on that.
My granddad had the exact thing. It's like, we got this tire swing, this big old tree. We'll never get rid of it until it fell into the driveway and partly on the house.
Yeah, well, like, we're trying to avoid that being what happens in the name of old-timey, youthful,
going down
times.
to the creek.
Yeah.
Well, but then
kicking an old piece of rope.
Back in my day, we had to make our own fun. We had rocks and a stick, and that was it. That was your equipped weapon. You had rock for the range. You had stick for close.
That being said, my son doesn't have a whole lot of chances to socialize with other kids because there's not a whole lot of other kids in our neighborhood. And he still has discovered the godhood that is pick up stick.
Oh, okay. So you've seen it.
Swinging.
Okay, Cody, you've seen it. I've described this as like if you ever see a child, any child, I would say 5. We're gonna say 8 at the max below. Something comes over them as soon as they pick up a stick.
They have just pulled Excalibur.
It's not like a twig. It has to be like to a sword or a bat length stick. They pull up and they're like, yes, I'm invincible.
Usually he gets the ones where he picks them up and he looks a little bit like a miniature nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little too big.
It's got the branches coming off of it.
Yeah. No, you doing it. Jasper doing it. I'm saying, no, that's real. That is real. You'll see it. It's hilarious. And then it's terrifying. But like you say, oh, put that down.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. And then you see the swing, like, oh no.
Oh no. Oh, this is gonna get me.
I've taught him it's okay to just kind of like pat the tire swing with the stick and make it spin. So that way he gets to burn some of that energy out and he's not trying to hit my car.
Did you ever do the thing that some parents have done where they've tricked their child into thinking that like cleaning up is a game? Yeah. Or it's like we're gonna play the cleanup game and like and the kid just is like scrubbing the floor.
Evil.
I haven't done that. He's usually pretty good about that, though. If I just say, "Hey, buddy, we need to clean up. Can you help Daddy?" and he'll come over and help pick up his toys and stuff. Okay,
no, that's fine. That's reasonable. That's normal. I'm talking about doing like an elaborate fantasy and having like Bagul who will show up if you do not clean. If that sink gets that weird little rust, that's him coming into our realm. So you gotta scrub it.
You gotta be the hero.
You gotta. If you ever see the sink if the sink or the toilet start to get those weird little spots,
the goes in.
He's coming and he will eat your teeth. So you gotta scrub. He will take mommy away.
What kind of childhood did you have, Kevin?
No, that's something I would do.
I want to see the adult version of that when they grow up. What they're doing.
This is me. This is me ruining a child.
I think that's where like people with severe OCD come from.
No, I want them no, it's normal. Or because that's like in jest I would do that, but not for because then you're gonna get to school and then the kid's gonna be freaking out and like, no, that's when the monster with no eyes comes out.
I have to clean my desk perfectly,
or it's coming out in the toilet and I saw it.
It'll eat my soul. That's what Mommy said.
It's like, well, no, and then it's like you have this elaborate costume ritual where like the kid's coming in and sleeping, and you're like, ah! And it's just like, like the thing or whatever. It's just like some weird little puppets in the hallway. Like, there he is.
It's the monster from
coming.
What's this M. Night Shyamalan movie? They're in like the olden town.
Oh, the village.
The village. Yeah, you just have this fake like a string and like this mass of fur and like little things. So at night, like when they're in their room, you kind of like wheel it back and forth. So, like you crack the door open, so you hear like the. Like, oh no, that's him. You didn't do too good, buddy.
The Kevin
It
parenting
gets really
system.
effective if you have a smart house and you've got built-in speakers
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
room.
you're acting like the kid's room isn't fully bugged.
Use the Alexa or Siri
Where
to make
you
the
have
scary
you have a
monster sounds.
subwoofer underneath the bed, so that you get the growl and the vibration. So it's like there's something underneath the. This is why I shouldn't have
Like,
kids.
if you don't
Think
clean
about
up, that's when the nightmares of Junji Ito and
That's
Guillermo del Toro just start to come
Oh,
into
they start
reality.
showing up. It show up. Why do you think? Why do you think we can't do it, or else it'll show? Like, I can't clean up your toys because the
He'll
rules
know.
of the fairies mean that they're yours, and if I do it, they're still technically not right. So they're gonna come for you. You have to do it, or else it's coming. It's
So-
coming. And you
You have to keep your floor clear, or else the monsters will
So
go underneath the clothing
besides
and
child
get to you.
services being a thing, we're also just trying to keep lying to Jasper to a minimum.
I would also, I think, okay, I gotta stop the podcast for a bit just because I'm laughing too much. But I do support. Now you gotta be honest with the kids.
Yeah.
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 So that's later. I'll probably record something with Drew.
That being said, there's one joke that I kind of want to teach him, but I'm not going to. And you know, like how every little kid, you have to teach them gratitude.
Yeah.
And usually that means if someone does something for them, then you say, "What do you say?"
Yeah.
And then they know to say thank you. I kind of want to teach Jasper, whenever you hear mommy say the phrase, "What do you say?" you're supposed to say, "I got hit with a baseball."
That's it. Part one. Potentially part two. Thank you for listening. That's amazing. Oh, hey, it's part Drew. You know who it is, but who else is it?
It's me, Drew.
Yay.
I guess we only need to do like 15, 20 minutes for this part.
Yeah, like 15 minutes. Because it's
Okay.
late. Basically, even less if need be. But really, it's about... Yeah, G2K is dead.
That's weird.
Yeah, like I was going to talk about a bunch of other stuff, and then when I went there today, and Cody was like, "Did you see the store sign?" I'm like, "No, because I never pay attention." And they're like, "Yeah, they're going out of business." And you look around, and like all the amiibos and stuff are gone. Like all the magic cards are gone. Like it's all the suspicious wall of DVDs still packed to the brim.
That's gonna suck to move.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be moving to a dumpster. Like I honestly.
Dude, do we know, is it franchise wide or is it just this one store?
Apparently, it's like franchise wide. I think they're only gonna have like one or two, like, because Cody had the inside information because he used to work there. So
Yeah.
like the stuff that he was saying was like, they're all locations are closing except like the first one and like one other that they already had like a lease on the building for. So it's just why bother?
You know, the smart move here, you buy up tons of just random DVDs, like things that you recognize were in theaters, and you just take all of those to Mr. Case and get slightly more credit than what you paid cash for at G2K.
That would have been smart. I had a real bad time because they had like a blanket like 25% off everything, and I had to stop myself from just buying hot garbage like the Butt Ugly Martians GBA game for under $1. Because it was looking at me, and I was like, no, because all this ends is me with a shoebox full of just hot trash. And they had a bunch of hot trash Game Boy games, and I could have spent like $20 and bought like all of them, and I just didn't do it.
Well, think about it. You could have sent them to Pat and Paige.
Here's your stream of the 4 Jimmy Neutron Game Boy Advance games. There are 4 of them.
Yeah.
I couldn't. because I don't need to buy things. It was just weird. It's a weird store because, I mean, we talked about it a bit, but it felt like it could have been something good, and they just it feels like it bungled it, you know?
Yeah, it feels like corporate meddling and apathy
Or
didn't allow it.
Or apparently just complete having no idea what to do at the top. Cody said that they were planning on doing a new form of they buy stuff, and they were going to start buying audio CDs. Like, not DVDs.
Why?
They're going to go buy CDs. And
okay, the Mr. K's here has, and Mr. K's also has like a wide CD section to the business, but it's like, I can't imagine needing more than one secondhand CD shop in a town.
Well, yeah, I think that's the thing, because like they were the only game store basically in town for like playing board games and Magic and stuff, and you think that would have been like lean more on that, and then gotten rid of just like the pawn shop, like we buy your old whatever. And they said
that's the real issue, is like they buy old phones.
Did they buy old phones?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they thought they were doing. Like, I just don't know. Because
I think whoever was running it, like, as things got tighter for them, they're like, well, what if we just increase what we're taking in, as opposed to like, well, what if we start trimming fat and just focus down on what, you know, we offer that's, I don't know.
Like, why don't we just have we cut out all the DVDs, we throw them in a dumpster, and then put like 4 more tables back there, and that would have literally been better.
Also, I have to wonder, I don't think they ever took like a venue fee when they ran events.
Oh,
which is like,
yeah, they never did.
That's like baffling to me. Like, you go anywhere, there's a venue fee.
Yeah, like that's one of the things I was wondering. Like they should have just like nixed all that stuff, and then just put like snack machines, like 3 vending machines back there in like in the back section would have, I think, been way more like, you would have gotten way more business than all of the used DVDs combined.
Yeah.
Like,
and like all the stuff they had behind the counter for snacks, like, I don't understand why they had like 7 different varieties of Pocky.
Oh, I get that, because they had the Yu-Gi-Oh people there. that makes sense to me. You gotta give the weebs what they want, and they want Pocky.
Maybe, but they were like always full.
I think maybe that's because the time of Pocky has passed. That was that.
Oh, you're not going in for like the Pocky Cross Street Fighter 5 promotion?
No. I can't eat Pocky.
Yeah, you gotta get a Pocky KO. You gotta get your health bar so low, so it's like the same percentage of like health bar and green life left as like the bread to chocolate, and then KO your opponent.
I see. Well played. Well played, Street Fighter.
James Chin got to do the voiceover for that content, and so I think he got paid for Pocky's stupid ideas. So good job, James.
Well, no, I mean, that's fine. Listen, sell out. I always believe in selling out. You sell out hard, because you never know when that money's gonna stop. But then you don't. So yeah. So that's weirded me out, because now it's like G2K is gone, and it was baffling because it seemed like it was doing fine. I think like Nolan was saying, like he went there on like the Black Friday weekend, and it was like people were coming in and out, and they were having sales, and it looked normal. And then you go in like 2 weeks later, and they're like, we're all gone. It's just empty. It's dead. And you just
maybe that's the thing. They were holding out like Black Friday will hit and it'll give us enough of a shot to recover, and it didn't give them enough of a shot. Like.
What happened was they bought even more old cell phones and DVDs. They just,
No one thought everybody in there was buying stuff and taking it out. He didn't realize all those people were bringing garbage in and trading it.
Yeah, no, that's what happened. And then you just end up with like so many copies of like John Madden 95 for Sega Genesis. Just don't know what to do with it.
I think I still have a picture of that cover.
Oh yeah, yeah, that one.
If I do, I'll send it to you so you can put it in the podcast.
Man, I have to.
G2K memorandum.
Yeah, rest in peace, or rest in your trash pile. It just like, oh god, it's frustrating. It's just frustrating.
Yeah.
I want to. I don't know. We also talked about Lamar Jackson, quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens. What are your opinions on Lamar?
My guess is if you talked about him, he probably did something super shitty, like a Roethlisberger-esque move.
No, he's actually just really good. He's just really good at football. And the controversy is that they're going up against like a bad team on Thursday, and should they just rest him, like because they're going to need him for the Super Bowl and stuff?
Yeah, but you still want him to be fresh. I say you play him first half.
Mine is you play him. You don't start him, but you keep him like ready to go in case the game is going south, because you do want to win to have like home field advantage. Like, he's going to be in the playoffs. Now they're just kind of going for, like, do you get home field? Which means, like, a bye week, I'm pretty sure. And like, so you still want to win, but you don't start him. Like, you keep him, like, if the game's going south, you bring in your boy just to cinch it up. That would be my coaching technique.
No, I think you go the other way. I think you start him because then, you can build a nice lead. And then, like, whoever you put in next, like, it gives them some more experience in like a low pressure situation. Yeah,
that's actually what they do during like the main season. Is they like if the team gets a lead, they just pull off the quarterback. We were going to talk about other stuff. Most of it was just talking about G2K. What are your G2K memories, Drew? Lay them down. I mean, we met like 3 people there. We met like Eric
we met
and
Jesse
Nolan and Jesse.
Eric and Nolan,
yeah. So like,
I got. It's nice, unfortunately, Jesse moved.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Eric moved.
Yeah. Well, that's just so it goes. But it was more. It was honestly more people than I would have expected.
Yeah.
And it went well. So our joke was that you killed G2K because the Thursday night fighting games was keeping it together, and then after you left, the Smash Stink corroded it, and then they couldn't take it. So they're like, and there's not enough counterbalance, and it seeped in to the core, and they had to burn it all to the ground. The smell was too deep.
There are things that should not exist in this world and must be purged.
Exactly. That's who actually owns G2K. It's Mr. Stewart. He's just like CDs. Mr. Stewart says, like, it's because in his Greenville house he's getting like all of his like old magazines or something, and he sees like CDs, the new hot trend, and he's like, this is good.
Yeah, we're gonna branch into CDs now.
These compact discs that the youth is talking about. We already still.
So let me tell you something, Mr. Stewart, about the Dreamcast and its GDs.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I forget. We were gonna say the Game Awards are tomorrow.
Did you guys talk about Tekken?
No, we didn't talk about Tekken. I think like Leroy's out. He looks cool.
Yeah, Leroy and Gonryu are out, and then they also announced Fakum Ram.
Yeah, he looks like a Baki the Grappler man. And
yeah, he also looks maybe like they'd done some work on a Sagat character for Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
I could see it. That was like a model reuse, but it looks cool. Like I was.
He is shredded.
That's why he reminds me of Baki, because he looks like that weird, gross, muscly, and he's like all scarred.
He's got not enough body fat. He is unhealthily unfat.
But it works because whenever they drop him like in like a containment rig and he like burst out of it to fight Marduk, I'm like, that's what a Baki the Grappler character would be like kind of weird looking, but like this horrible thing. And you're like, yeah, I like it.
Also, like, that trailer's so weird because it's shooting it and Marduk is like a foot shorter than him in the cinematics, and then it cuts to match footage and they're the same height.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think they wanted him to be like huge, like ancient ogre tall, but like they just said the game's people like this game because of how it plays. We can't do that. Like we can't make it awful. Yeah, like,
and it led to a good of like using that shot for like the 5'11", 6 foot meme.
always a classic. Yeah. So that's just my computer. Okay, it's fine. It's doing okay now. It was struggling. But now it's fine. But yeah, like it's just G2K is dead. So we poured.
Not yet. It's just dying.
Well, in our town, it's dead. It's
like any mom and pop style store, if this 25% off sale does well enough, they just I guess we're not closing after all.
We just open up our empty store. Oh no, it's not going to be empty for long because they're going to accept trade-ins and purchases.
Yeah, now with 25% more phones that you don't want.
Am I bad for thinking, kind of wanting like that store to just be a pawn shop, like, but only for trash, like not even for
video? You want it to be video trading company?
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, Lord, I want that. I want like that level of scum. I would. Like, that's the kind of scum I'm craving, where you're going in there and the famous story is one of my friends from like middle school or high school bought Metal Gear Solid from Video Trading Company, and it was only disc 2. So it was unplayable. It was like Metal Gear Solid for like $10, like back in when it was new, it was like $10. The guy's like, it's a steal. And he opens it up and it's like, please insert disc 1. I was like, oh man.
Okay, so I got hit with a bad mix like that myself today. Like Saturday, I went to the used bookstore here.
Yeah.
And I traded in some stuff, and I picked up Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2046.
All right.
And so I watched Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it more than I did like 10 plus years ago when I first watched it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It was.
And then today I was like, yeah.
All right.
It was the final cut.
Okay, so it was Deckard is not a replicant.
It ends ambiguous.
Okay, because like the director's cut's more like suggested he's replicant, and then the final one is more like ambiguous, like it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Cause like in the final cut version, he has a dream of a unicorn.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he finds an origami unicorn made outside his door.
Yeah, like I think that whatever one that was the one I saw, which made me think he was a replicant.
Yeah. And, like, that's the point, is, like, as soon as someone says, like, memories can be embedded and lives can be fabricated in replicates, now suddenly everyone's like, well, dang, I guess I'm a replicant.
I don't want, just don't do me like that guy in Ghost in the Shell that had his entire family, like, fabricated. I still live in, I don't, that's still the cruelest thing I have ever seen. And
hey, well, you know what? They even say, with extensive therapy and programs, they can get him almost back to how he used to be.
It's like that, and it's still the same equivalent where, like, that guy put Superman and, like gave him a fake family. I'm like, that's like
Uncle,
yeah.
Uncle.
Yeah, like Mogul, whatever is werewolf.
Yeah.
Like that, to me, that, and then Superman just beat the crap out of him because I'm like, yeah, that is acceptable. When, like, it's like, haha, I have made you imagine having a full family, idiot. It's like,
you never lost Krypton. It's all there.
Oh, look at you. You had your family for, I don't know, how long were you in there? 8 years? It's like, oh, you had a daughter.
And remember, he had like the complete memories of living there.
Yeah, like he had his entire life there. And then it's just like,
he was fully grown.
Yeah. Your entire life just gone. It's the episode of Invader Zim. Where an invader.
So, okay, I'm gonna get back to the mix-up that Blade Runner 2049 hit me with.
All right.
But can we talk about Superman's greatest wish gave him an entire life with the family he never had?
Yeah. Batman's was just his
seemingly greatest wish. It was just his dad beating up the robber.
Yep, that's all he needed.
It didn't go any further. I think if he'd been in there, it would just be like, man, Dad is really kicking that guy's ass.
He's just going ham for 15 days straight.
It's been 2 years. He's still just kicking that guy's ass.
Batman's dream is gone punching Pito in the face. Just over and over. Instead of Killua going, what are you doing? You're just going, yeah, hit him again.
Do it again, Dad.
Your fist is bloody.
Get in there.
You got some stuff to get in there. Dad's getting jacked. Alright, what's the Blade Runner mix-up?
Okay, so, like, I watched Blade Runner yesterday, and I was like, okay, well, I might watch 2049 today, and, like, I opened the case, and I picked up the Blu-ray, because, like, I looked at the two, and it's like, Blu-ray also came with, like, the 2022 anime short.
Yeah.
And I was like, for $4, that's worth it, and some other stuff. But so, I opened it up, and there is the Blade Runner 2049 DVD.
Okay.
And across from it, because it's apparently a 2-disc package, is disc 3 from the original Blade Runner special effects.
Yeah! I love it.
This is the second time something like that has happened to me. The first time I had money to throw away, G2K got me with the mix-up, and I was like, you know what, let's get Puppet Master. I know how bad these movies are, but let's get Puppet Master.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
And then when I got home and opened it, they'd given me Puppet Master 3.
Is that the one with the Nazis?
I think that's 2.
Okay, because, like, I don't know. I just know there's one with the Nazis, and they're all bad.
Yeah, they're all bad, but, like, at least, like, Puppet Master 1 is, like... It's like Delgo, where it was trying to do something, and maybe it just didn't quite hit.
Yeah, it's a bad movie that's trying to be a good movie, which makes it a good bad movie. Like, a bad movie can't think it's bad, or else it's the worst. It has to try.
Yeah.
You need, like, that maximum effort.
And it's the other thing too is like, I think the puppets aren't necessarily villains. Like, I think they're technically evil, but like, I think they're always killing evil people.
I would say they're like chaotic, where like they're just kind of doing their things.
They're like Enigmatic Gale, where technically he's evil, but he's just screwing over evil people, so he's kind of good.
I was gonna say more like Leprechaun in the Hood. where the Leprechaun's he's just doing his thing, you know.
Just in the hood.
Yeah, he's just in the hood.
Trilogy at this point.
Man, like,
There's at least 2 in the hoods.
like it's just the audacity of Leprechaun in the Hood. It gets me. It's just, it's like Jason X and Leprechaun in the Hood are just. I'm like, yes, give me
No,
more.
I think it says something that they did Leprechaun in space, and then to go one step beyond that, they had to put him in the hood.
That's because it's such schlock, and you're just like that's what I need this to be. Like I need those movies that are bad to feel filth. Like you need to feel like the grime on yourself for watching this, and like of course.
Like, oh, you want to feel some grime on yourself?
Yeah.
Let me first ask you this: how many Home Alone movies are there?
Oh Lord, there's like 4 or 5. I think there's.
There are 5 of them.
Okay, because I saw one of them was on Best of the Worst, where like they got Macaulay Culkin to watch the reboot of Home Alone with himself, well, like with someone else, and he was like, "Why?"
Yeah, it's Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
And like they have Marv, but not Harry. and everyone is played by new people.
Yeah, it's just yeah, and it feels like, at least from what they're showing, like it was like a failed pilot of like a weird TV show where like every week's a new Home Alone adventure or something. Where it was like every week Kevin McAllister's parents, they're just gone, so now he has to fight off the burglar who's trying to get him this week. But it was like one of those failed pilots they just kind of spun out into a movie and said, this'll do.
Yeah. The thing to me is like, I know it's going to happen. They're eventually going to offer Macaulay Culkin enough movie to do a Home Alone, whatever number we're on, where he's the one leaving his kid home alone and trying to make his way back during the holidays while his kid has to fight off, I guess, Marvin Harry's kids. I don't know.
I like the one that was the same thing he endorsed, where it's still Home Alone, but Macaulay Culkin is just like as he is now, as like a schlubby kind of guy in his 30s. It's just people are trying to like it keeps trying to break into his house, and it's just like a weird surreal movie where he's just trying to go, but there's so many wet bandits, they just keep coming. Like where normal people have like rats, it's just like inept criminals, and he has to set up elaborate traps. It's just ruining his life. Like that's what I would go for. Or he's just tired. He's just tired of it all.
I'd be down for that.
Like he has to wake up every morning, and then he like cuts loose like a paint can, and you hear like just like the guy getting thumped down the stairs, and then.
Okay, can someone please send me the GIF where it's Harry going up the stairs, paint can swings down, when it makes contact, it cuts to like
the Mortal Kombat like X-ray.
No, it's like it cuts to an X-ray, but it's like actual like the gelatinous gel in a human skull, like with a paint can hitting it, and it just like shows you what happens, and then it just cuts back to Harry being knocked down the stairs. I've seen that GIF and I need it again.
All right, viewers, that's your homework. You got to do it. You gotta give us the gifts. Oh, I also.
I'm sure it's somewhere in my likes. If I dig back far enough, I just don't want to have to It's probably like from last Christmas or something. I don't want to go through a year's worth of likes.
Yeah, no. There's too much eroticism buried within. I can't contain it.
Yeah.
We also talked about my parenting techniques of making the child think that there's monsters that will literally come and eat them if they don't clean their room. Like telling them
You mean lying?
yeah, but having like a string and pulley above their in the hallway, where their room is, so at night you can pull it and have just a crumpled mass of hair and legs just kind of scamper by, and you're like, that's him. That's the bog crease.
Pause you for a second, Kevin.
What?
I need to pause you for a second. This is something I've been aware of for at least a month. I know more than that.
All right.
Have you ever paid attention to how many times you will drop the word "like" when you're on this podcast?
Oh, a bunch. Yeah, I just did. It's my safety word. It's my when I'm trying to think. I can't do it. No.
Viewers at home, take a shot every time Kevin says "like."
Yeah, you're gonna be doing that a lot. That's my safety word. Whenever I can't think of anything to say, I turn into a valley. That was also discussed, where I worry that my speaking makes me sound like I have some kind of horrible mental disorder when I'm streaming, and I'm like, me do the big good, and I'm just yelling that. Just over and over, and then afterwards I'm like, oh, someone might have tuned in, and they're like, this poor man. It's like, me big strong, do big hit, rawr, and I'm yelling that.
Thanks, Kevin. One, if you're yelling that, it's typically when something good has happened. So if they came in, they're going, well, good for him. He's doing it.
Okay, no, that's okay. So they're like, what a nice man. He's doing his best. Yeah.
Two, how many random viewers do you get in a stream?
Sometimes one. There'll be a couple of times there's a one guy, I'm like, I don't know who that is. Welcome. I think one guy.
That's I click on the viewers sometimes, and it'll be people in chat. It'll be me, Eric, X,
my dad.
your dad. Who's the guy who really likes magic and knows magic?
Oh, I don't remember, because there's a couple. I think that's exact. No, there's one guy. There's a few.
Bailey's Gaming.
Yeah, Bailey Gaming. Bailey Gaming shows up.
Yeah.
And there's
and then it'll be but then so those will be in the chat, and then listed separately will be viewers.
Yeah.
And that I don't.
Yeah.
Probably people have it open in another tab.
Yeah, that's fine. Just make my number go. Make number go up. Do good.
Mm-hmm.
Good brain sounds. That's what I need.
Also, you're telling me I could have banned someone if I'd been in your TFT stream?
Yeah, because the guy thought he was going to. It was just a robot, but the robot was offering to do art for me, and that made me incensed. Because backseat gaming is one thing, but making me, I draw my own pictures. It doesn't matter that they're bad. It's that I draw them. And the guy's like, I could draw you art. I'm like, no. I made my Horfo emotes. They're mine. I created them. I birthed them.
They're like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah. I liked how we said we were going to go for yeah, I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm going to double down. We're going for I don't know, 15 minutes, and it's been 32.
Is it really?
Yeah. No, it's 12:15. This is how it goes. This is the podcast. It goes off the rails, and then you just keep going. So it's late. I need the feed Stinky. I need to go to bed.
I don't have a cat to feed, but I need to go to bed too.
All right.
And I think I'm probably gonna start playing Magic Arena tomorrow.
Yeah, if you do, I was gonna comment about that. How Magic Arena, every time it does something good and then it does something bad, like charging 2,000 Gemeralds to play Brawl, which you should not buy. Do not buy that.
Yeah, I saw. That's like $15 to
Buy a game mode, but the game mode already is like once a week. That's 15 packs. It's not worth it. It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
It is just, and by not buying it, you send them the message that no, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Magic Arena is fun. Just don't spend money on it. Don't spend money.
I'm not going to.
That's how you do it. Like that's how I spend card games. So when they get bad, I can drop them, and then that's
the real power move of it. Is you're not invested and you don't have to keep going, hoping it gets better.
Yep, that's what I did with Hearthstone. Hearthstone was bad, and then it was miserable, and then I just deleted it, and now I'm okay. And I can still look back mostly fondly on my time with Hearthstone because it was more good than bad. And then I don't have shoe boxes full of Magic the Gathering cards. I'm like, what am I going to do with these?
That's the real problem. So, like, some people might call me a hypocrite because I really did not understand why Cody started getting back into physical Magic while he was still working at G2K. Like, I understand, like, everyone there played it, and it's, very easy. But it was like, no, you don't buy physical Magic cards.
No. I
say this as someone who I have like 4 long boxes full of comics,
well,
like floppies.
Everyone has their thing, their one thing, where you're like you shouldn't, but you do. Mine's
thankfully comics enough that I was like, well, I'm out now.
Well, comics are a thing where if they get bad, you can just drop it. Like,
yeah.
It's always why I've been mystified, where like you always see nerd people be like always upset or like, I need to watch thing because my character's in it. When like comic books and video games have taught you that like your favorite characters have vastly different like authors and highs and lows.
It makes no sense to me.
Some
people be like, yeah, I'm buying all the Bat Family books.
Where it's like,
why?
Like, that there's a gulf in quality in just like Batman. There's Batman that's really good, and then there's Batman that's really bad. Like, every comic is like that.
Yeah.
Everything is like that. There are so, like, the Star Wars gulf is, there are Star Wars things that are the best and the worst. And they tend to like alternate between the two. There's the prequels. That should be your lesson. Your ultimate lesson is the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
Where it's
that gets into murky territory because those are also still kind of made by the same person.
Yeah. I'm just saying, to me, in terms of quality, like, even I think the most recent one was it's just their sequels, like, they're so bad, and it's the same thing. It's just bad.
I'm waiting for the next Metal Gear game.
That's gonna be
like, I'm waiting for the next Snake-led Metal Gear game.
Oh, that's gonna be incredible. That's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be like a mobile slot machine.
Death Stranding.
Oh. What? Oh, well. So we'll end on this. What do you think Giant Bomb's Game of the Year is going to be?
What are the big contenders?
This is me throwing them. So knowing kind of what
I think Baba Is You will place high.
I think Baba Is You will actually make it the top 10. I think the top 2 are going to be it's going to be Control because a lot of them really liked it. Like Jeff,
Jeff
really
Gershman
likes
really
Control.
likes it.
Or Resident Evil 2, because I think Resident Evil 2, like Abby really liked it, and that's a game that I can feel everyone being okay with winning Game of the Year.
Yeah, I think RE2 has a really good.
But it just depends. I don't know.
Say DMC 5, I feel like could win, but I don't think it actually hits that group of people that hard.
No, it's a contender. I think it's Resident Evil 2. And that's not like a bad choice either. Like, that's a great game. Yeah. That game is fantastic.
I would say, RE2, Control, or Baba Is You would be the three I would pick.
I would put it in that order. It should
be Sam Show. But hey, no one's perfect.
Sam Show's okay. That's pretty good. I would say, I was gonna do my own game awards. I was gonna do the categories this week, but then G2K died, so now we had to talk about that. Anyway,
that's pretty big.
Anyway, next week will be our game awards category spitballing. Just one of them in my head is best Samurai Showdown character. because I get to make the
highly contentious.
Oh, it is. So I get to make the categories. So all the categories are going to be very stupid and specific.
I'll be in town next week.
Yeah, we'll do something. Anyway, later days. This episode's too long. It's gonna take forever to upload. Bye.
Keep on triangling.
Yeah, do it.